Good morning, I'm going to read from Living Clean again, and today's chapter is commitment. So the tools we use to practice our recovery serve us in all our affairs. Imagination is a tool, and when we give ourselves permission to dream, we are using that tool to explore our own hearts. It can be frightening to look at what we really believe, what we want, and who we are. By practicing prayer and meditation, we learn to listen to our own inner voice and to know when something is true for us. The people we trust help us to sort out the truth within us from the driving voice of compulsion. We make decisions born of desire, just like staying clean. We tell newcomers to suit up, show up, and give NA everything they've got. Why shouldn't I do this in other areas of my life? A member asked. Learning to dream is important, but it's not a way of life. Willingness without action is fantasy. It's one thing to have faith in a power greater than ourselves, and quite another to have faith in ourselves. Some of us take a long time to come to believe that we can contribute to the world in a way that serves a greater good, or that serves our values and sense of purpose. Doing the right thing when no one is looking is an act of service to what we believe in. Some of us call this integrity. The sixth step calls it character. Whatever we call it, this practice is the discipline that forms the basis of our growing maturity. As principles go, discipline might be one of the less popular. We talk about commitment almost from our first day clean. We make a commitment to show up, to stay clean until our next meeting, to call someone before we pick up. Acting on the commitments we make requires discipline, and that's a skill we develop as we practice. It doesn't come naturally to most of us, but our long-term goals are often served by postponing short-term gratification. Discipline is commitment in action, a demonstration of our willingness. It is different from a willpower or self-will in that we are not trying to force ourselves to change. We are changing our relationship to our own behaviour. The more we trust the process, the more we are willing to practice discipline. I got where I am by the grace of God and a stubborn refusal to go away, a member shared. When discipline and faith come together, we begin to become the people we wished we could be. Talent or interest may come naturally, but any skill takes practice. Developing the focus and energy to stay on task is one challenge. Allowing ourselves to take risks is another. It takes courage to face our own creativity and discipline it to produce the things we want. A member shared, I don't feel I have the freedom on the inside to do what I have the ability to do on the outside. I see that as a future freedom. Awareness is not the same as control. We don't automatically get freedom from our defects just because we see them. Awareness gives us hope and direction. Sometimes that can be a motivator to get us working, and sometimes the best we can do is wait. When we can't see our way around a defect or an obstacle, it's often because there is other work that must be done first. Self-acceptance frees our imagination. Work on the amends steps allows us to feel worthy of success. The answers are in different places for each of us, and we may not know them until we found them. Doing the work of recovery frees us in ways we can't predict. It's only in experiencing freedom that we learn we were bound before. Goals are dreams we put into action. We can understand the work and measure our progress. More easily if we break our goals down into steps. After all, we know a thing or two about doing things in steps. Setting achievable goals and celebrating milestones along the way allows us to see our progress and gives us moments when we can step back and evaluate where we are and where we are going. Cool. One day at a time. Do not pick up no matter what, just for today. And yeah, you'll see big changes eventually. It's hard in the beginning, but yeah, keep it up, keep going. I'll leave it there.